Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, back part 40 of our Skylanders Giants blind playthrough. Just introduced Slam Bam in his standard Series 2 pose, my nephew's favorite Skylander. And now we're actually going to introduce my personal favorite Skylander, at least at this point in time. That, of course, if you were unaware, is Terrafin. We'll get him on the portal.
It's feeding time!
You see, new heroic challenge is now available, and 4 Earth Skylanders collected, elemental power increased. New accolade as well, Field Marshal. Not a huge fan of his voice. I'm also kind of used to him being upgraded, but Terrafin, obviously, Series 1 only available Pirate Seas Adventure Pack. That's why some people have yet to play with him. Why I like him so well, just his burrowing ability made him totally unique amongst all Skylanders. Then as you upgraded him, 1, the belly flop did insane damage, and then 2, when the dorsal fin is able to not only damage enemies but also pick up power-ups, XP, etc. I mean, going through with him fully upgraded in the old game, it's almost not even fair, because in addition to that, much like Slam Bam in close quarters, he is an absolute beast. That obviously goes along with his, story scroll with the boxing and everything. But there's a good look at him, about as best I can do. We'll come in and take a look at his stats.
Let's go to the scorecard.
Alright. Max health 310, which is again pretty dadgum high for a regular Skylander. Obviously at 10 you'd be sitting at 620. Speed 35, which is a little slow, but he seems quicker than a lot of the Skylanders rated at 35. Armor 18, critical hit 30. Elemental power with the 4 Earth Element Skylanders registered is at 46. The Series 2 pose is pretty dadgum cool. Did a good job with Gill Grunt, Stump Smash, Slam Bam obviously, and then Terrafin. I'll kind of, once I've seen the others, that aren't yet to be released, we'll kind of go from there. But out of the ones that I currently have in my own collection, Terrafin's is awesome. Obviously, me being a big Terrafin fan, might have something to do with that, but I mean, overall, even if you hated the guy, I think you have to admit it's a pretty dadgum cool repose. What it is, he's got the silver knuckles, with the 3 spikes on them, and more importantly, he's kind of captured him, as if he had just done an uppercut or something. So, very cool repose. If for whatever reason you didn't ever get Pirate Seas and you're kind of curious about Terrafin, I fully endorse him. I definitely think he is worth picking up. Earth Element, of course, overall is my favorite as well. But we'll back out of here and take a look at the upgrades. Basic box stock stuff, the A button, punch, plain and simple. Press A to punch the enemy, press AA, hold A to perform a combo. Again, box stock right out of the packaging. Earth Swim. Press B to burrow, and while underground, press A to perform a belly flop. Then as you go, you get Brass Knuckles. Punch attacks do increased damage. Then you get Mega Belly Flop. Belly Flop does increase damage and affects a larger area. Again, I wish they'd put solid numbers with this, so we didn't have to go in the game and do it. His tertiary attack, I'm not a huge fan of this one. Press Z to spawn mini sharks that burrow and latch onto enemies. I know a lot of people like these types, but I rarely use it, to be honest with you. It's almost just if I'm trying to cut off an ambush type deal. Lastly, his final base upgrade is multi-target punches. Punch attack hits multiple enemies. Now you actually get to a point, and this is a tough one. For the longest time, I was actually going to buy another Pirate Seas just so I could have a second Terrafin to take down this bottom combo. I didn't do that when I heard that, he was going to be a Series 2 Skylander. That said, the top one I think was called Sandhog or something. It's obviously his secondary path, but it begins with Master Earth Swimmer. Increased speed while burrowing comes in pretty handy. Homing Frenzy. Mini sharks home in on enemies and do extra damage. That's kind of your 2 for 1. And then Razor Fin. This is really what sealed it for me. While burrowed, your dorsal fin does damage to enemies. That was extremely cool and important because you burrow underground either for speed or to avoid enemies and set up a belly flop, but when you could burrow and do damage, it's just really cool. That said, his bottom path here is the primary. It begins with the Pugilist. However you pronounce that. Press AA, hold B for body slam, and press AA, hold Z for uppercut. The spiked knuckles, that's actually what is depicted in his Series 2 pose. All punch attacks do even more damage. And lastly, we get Frenzy Shield. You launch mini sharks at enemies who damage you. That is incredibly cool. It's also one of those things, if you had that done before you did, say, like Drobot's challenge or something, it could be quite problematic. But that's another story. His Soul Gem, which, while this one wasn't an attack, it's actually extremely useful because, like we said, right out of the box he can burrow, so that means anyone can use this. Surface Feeder allows you to collect power-ups, which does include XP while burrowed. Now, the big thing here is his Wow Pow Power. This is exclusive to Series 2 Skylanders, again, discounting the Light Core. Dive Burrow. While in the air for a belly flop, press B to immediately dive back underground. I'm assuming that'll let you do the belly flop and then just, continuously flow into another burrow. While that'll be awesome in story mode, if you use him in battle mode, I don't know how you really defend against that. He's basically burrowed, which no other Skylander, I guess Fright Rider has something kind of like that, but for all intents and purposes, none of the base 32 from last time had it. And he would burrow, damage you with the dorsal fin when upgraded, do a body slam when he gets in range, and then just go straight back underground. It's one of those things. He's going to be very tough, even more so than he was in my opinion. And the great thing is you can actually do that now with the primary upgrade path. It's not pending on one upgrade path or the other. But as much as I like Sandhog, I might take him down the primary path initially. Bear in mind with the Series 2 you can also switch, so that'll be very cool. But like I said, I'm pretty excited about this, particularly his Wow Pow Power, kind of something new and unique. That said, there's his punches. You can kind of see him, he throws the uppercut out of the box. I guess it's not the program one, but anyway, just routine boxing. There he goes, breaking everything there. Now I will burrow. It is, being completely fair, his burrow is pretty slow before you upgraded it. That said, it's still kind of cool and fully functional. What we'll do now is actually burrow and then do the body slam. As you can see there, pretty cool, but the main thing is when upgraded, that turns into something crazy. So, nonetheless, we're going to come over here and talk to Kelly.
Ready for more training? All right, let's do it.
Alright. His, I think, last time was something to do with the Chompies. We'll see if we can find it. Yeah, Spawner Cave. Take out 100 Chompies by finding the best spawners. This is one, it's obviously it's +5 critical hit here, but this is one you kind of have to play it to learn. I'm trying to think. It seems like last time around, I want to say it was the same ones every time, but I could be wrong. Nonetheless, I remember it, but not really well enough to be able to just come in here and guarantee we'll make it the first time. But we'll give it a shot, and like I said, if we have to replay it, no big deal. So go ahead and get started.
Another mine, another place infested with chompies. You'll need to take out 100 of them in just a few minutes. But the trick in this case is finding the right spawner. Only certain spawners will produce chompies quickly enough.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, this might take so we get 2 minutes, which is good. You do get points, well, you used to. I don't know that we did that time. I thought you used to get like 5 credited to you when you took out the spawner. But obviously, you know, like the big spawner kind of there at the end. So. Clearly, you know, you don't want to sit there forever. That's not going to be a big spawner. So we'll kind of learn our way back through here and take it from there. If he levels up, it's actually, it looks like a pretty good one for doing just that. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities here.
1 minute
Let me
remaining.
try and get to a point where if I can wipe them all off the screen, then I'll take that out. We're at 57. Yeah, I don't think it's crediting us for actually breaking the spawners this time. If Terrafin was fully upgraded, I'd be burrowing and these just pretty decimated. So, yeah. I don't know where they
We've
go.
almost made it.
We're getting close. That said, I don't know that we'll make it. Seems like there's a cliff you dropped off to the ultimate spawn area. Okay, yeah, I think we may do it. Oh, very, very close.
Heroic challenge complete.
There we go.
Excellent job.
Somehow we got in the right path. And, you know, this is obviously where you want to wind up. There have been times I've gotten here and I think we haven't made it, but you know, that was a long time ago. So.
You did it! Now enjoy this reward.
Alright, so we won't come in. I may actually, after I do Hothead, which will be next, I may come back and like take Terrafin through everything. I don't know. It's getting close to, it's actually 5:02, so I ran a little longer than I thought I would. When I started, I said I thought it'd be like I'd finish up right before 5, but oh well. Won't do another heroic challenge. We'll head back to Flynn's ship. We'll pause this and then we'll carry on. So, anyway, that was Terrafin. As you can see there, he took out the 100 enemies there, got the monster masher underway, and that I guess would actually be a pretty good one to complete that quest. You know, if it's applicable to you. Essentially, I mean, every time, even if you fail, you're going to get like, what, 70 or 80-ish more likely. Nonetheless, as you can see there, he's almost level 2, so basically one run through there, you can count on close to 100 enemies and close to, you know, a full level up. So, that said, that is Series 2 Terrafin. Obviously, you know, my personal favorite, at least at this point in time. There are some others right up there, you know, just behind him. But, you know, we'll kind of see how these new ones upgrade and if anyone can displace him. But his WoW pile looks pretty sweet. I'm kind of excited about that one. So, nonetheless, questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube. For a much quicker response, I suggest you use the blog oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, as always, thanks for watching, and we will be back here for part 41 where we introduce Hothead.